President Museveni is expected to address the nation on Sunday on various issues pertaining to the fight against COVID-19 and its effects. There are several issues that require the president's clarification. One of the sticky issues is about the when and how schools will reopen, with the Ministry of Education suggesting that the first phase will cater for only candidate classes and university finalists. Some analysts NTV spoke to shared their views on this matter.
These are children who have to walk through Kampala and other busy centers, some of which are hotspots, and then go back to meet their parents at home who may be having underlying conditions. It's not everybody is in boarding. It's not just the school children. It's the interaction between the school children, the community, and when they go back home.
Under the SOPs, that you will not have more than 15 children in a class. That could only apply to private schools. Government schools have got up to 300 children at a level, say primary one. 2, who is going to provide for this SOP? The SOP they are talking about. Is it the parent? Is it the schools? Is it the government? That must be clear. Because if you say a child must come with a mask every day, that is 2,000 shillings every day. Assuming that the child is going to study for 30 days, you can multiply that and see. You see, the government promised to give those masks, but probably 15% of the country have received them.
Not long after the first lockdown in March, the president came out clearly and urged landlords to ensure they do not throw out the tenants, suggesting that the ramifications of COVID-19 were hard-hitting across. Some of the tenants have closed the businesses because they had just started, while others were servicing loans. But the analysts are saying that this whole issue must be looked at entirely because even the landlords depend on the money that comes from the tenants as rent. They now want him to make a clear pronouncement on this matter in the next address.
One thing I wouldn't want a promise from government, because I don't think government is able to do it, is to promise to pay anything. Like some people have been saying, pay for us. That is not possible. So it's still a conversation that the president needs to signal, but it's still a people-to-people conversation. You cannot have it as what we call a G2B, that government to business. It should be a B2B, business to business, have that conversation. Let him give signals of encouraging people to continue understanding each other. This will come to pass, and we still need each other.
He talked about subsidy to smaller businesses. I haven't seen anybody in this country who has received any subsidy to make them cope with the COVID pandemic.
On the issues such as tax arrears, which URA was supposed to defer, and the no disconnection directive on amenities like water and power, Dr. Wakida wants the president to come out strongly on these matters.
National Water has continued to disconnect us. People receive bills. By receiving bills, people who have not been working, they get stressed.
During the NRM primaries, it was evident that the SOPs for prevention of COVID-19 were largely ignored. This set a bad precedent as the COVID-19 cases and deaths increase.
It's important for a government to come up and reassert itself. Are we still in the corona? Has corona, have we learned to live with it? Can people therefore live the way they want to live?
However, according to Dr. Muhumuza, government should only make promises that are attainable and make economic sense.
We wouldn't want the president to be given advice of over-committing government like we did with masks. No.
Earlier, the religious leaders and some school owners highlighted some of the issues they want the president to tackle.
We've seen hundreds of schools that have been listed for sale. They're out there. They've been listed. They've been pinned for sale. The proprietors have given up.
Go back to the government and encourage your chairman and say, if you want the people to support you, don't touch their spiritual aspirations.
It's not clear if the president will read from this script in his next address on Sunday. Sudhir Ruhanga, NTV.